the roast with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
First of all, could you let someone roast you?
After doing the roast, no. I would never. Now that I've done it, I would never. Let me tell you this. For the people that don't understand the roast of Tom Brady, right? There were 12,000 people there live, right? 12,000 people live.
Right.
Then you have, the dais, all the guys that are on the dais. Plus, some of the baddest comedians in the world were there. You had Chappelle was there.
Yeah.
Chelsea Handler was there.
Yeah.
Guy from England. I got to remember this guy's name, but he's huge. And
Jeff Ross and Hinecliffe and Glazer.
But they're all there.
Yeah.
Everybody was there. Well, then the people that you saw on the dais too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you have to get up and tell jokes. Public speaking is whatever. A lot of people have fear of public speaking. I public speak all the time. Telling jokes is a whole nother ballgame.
Yes.
Then, when you're up, cameras come running up and they're right in your face, 12,000 people, everybody's staring at you, and now you got to tell jokes.
Right.
And if you fuck up one word, if you stutter, if you go into a downward death spiral that you could never pull yourself out of. I'm telling you, it's the most underrated thing in the world, being a comedian and getting up and telling jokes.
Right.
I will never, ever do it again. Ever.
Because I think the thing is, you and I'm a little older than you, Dana. I think I'm a little older than you. But I remember the roast with Dean Martin.
Yeah.
In order to do a roast effectively, you got to have some people like, ooh, he actually said that.
Well, it's another level now.
Yes.
I mean, the roasts with Dean Martin were funny and fun and whatever. It's kill. It goes for the kill now.
Yes.
It's like, it's a whole nother. I love them. I love roasts. I'm a fan of roasts.
Right. Just not getting roasted.
Or I don't mind getting roasted. Going up and roasting someone else and telling jokes it's not as easy as everybody thinks it is. It's very hard to do.
So when you found out this, like, hey, Dana, we're going to roast Tom and we want you to be a participant, what was the first thing? Because I know the relationship that you have with Tom, and then what was going through your mind when you was like, oh, man.
Well, there are a couple things. When they first asked me, I hung up the phone and called him. I said, they must have paid you an ungodly amount of money to do this.
Right.
He said, they really didn't. I'm just a fan of roasts, and I want to do it. I said, okay. So he obviously gave my name to be whatever. I said, I'm in, I'll do it, which I said I would never do again because I do a show called Looking for a Fight.
Right.
And we put ourselves in uncomfortable situations. We did stand-up comedy one night at a comedy club.
Okay.
It is the hardest, most brutal, worst thing that I've ever done in my life. And I said I'd never do it again. I will really never do it again after this roast.
Okay.
But I did it for Tom. So then what happens is the producers start calling you and they got people that are writing jokes. Now, understand this. They're writing jokes for Brady, Gronk, Edelman,
Coach
Belichick,
Mr. Kraft,
Kardashian,
his ex.
Yeah, no, for Bledsoe.
Yeah.
The list goes on and on, right? I'm 60 seconds.
Right.
So I'm getting the piece of joke crumbs that fell on the fucking floor. You know what I mean? They're giving me all these jokes that are like UFC based that, I would have never.
And you're like, I want some meat. You leave me some meat on that bone.
Exactly. It would have been brutal. So I called in a favor. I called Bill Burr. Me and Bill Burr are friends.
Right.
Me and Bill Burr are aligned in the way that we think and the way that we. So Bill Burr helped me with some of my jokes.
Okay.
And thank God, or I'd have been a sitting duck out there.
Right.
But that's the way that it works. And let me tell you, it's not as fun as you. People are like, oh, you must have had a blast. Had a blast. Bledsoe. I give Bledsoe all the credit in the world. You could tell when Bledsoe first went up there, he was nervous. Mm-hmm. He was first.
Right. Oh.
You got to go first, right?
Yeah.
And he killed it. He pulled himself together. He got through it. And he did a great job, in my opinion. And even Kim Kardashian, and I don't know what's true and what's not true. What is true is they booed the shit out of her when she.
Really?
Oh, they booed the shit out of her when she went up.
I mean, you hear, but you don't. I mean, I hadn't talked to anybody that was actually there, and you hear the media reports like Kim Kardashian was booed, but hearing you talk about it, they really booed.
Oh no, they booed her. And they booed her so bad that like Jeff Ross stood up and said, come on, everybody, stop. Wow. You got to understand. I mean, when you looked around the crowd, everybody was wearing football jerseys. It's that crowd. It's not a Kardashian crowd.
Yeah. And well, she should have fit right in. Oh, my bad. My bad, Dana. Dana, I was the ref for. I'm getting ready for a roast. Dana. I'm sorry, Kim. I'm sorry. I just couldn't resist.
But what happened was, I'm hearing that Netflix, first of all, Netflix gets all the credit for having the balls to do this.
Yes.
And not only do it, but do it live. Because comedy had taken a hit with political correctness and all this stuff. And everybody was afraid to do a roast. These guys did a roast and did it live.
Yes.
I'm hearing that in the replays, they edited out the boos, which is crazy because Kim Kardashian is not an actress. She does reality TV.
Correct.
I've done reality TV. It's totally different than being an actor and acting. You go on and you do what you do.
You do what you do and the cameras will follow you.
100%. Now, she got booed and she powered through it.
Right.
She powered through it. She did her set and whatever. It takes a lot of balls to get up there and do that, and she did it. But you know, when you step up and you do a roast, like my second joke that I told was, so I wake up that morning and I start thinking about, what if I start to bomb? Right? If I start to bomb, how could I attack the crowd?
Right.
Right? And whatever. I call Bill Burr. And literally I said to Bill, if I start to bomb, how could I attack like the LA, California crowd that's there or whatever? He pauses for like 2 seconds and says, what? My name is Dana. Is that not trans enough for you, liberal? And I go, oh, I'm opening with that one. I'm opening with that. I'm not gonna, right? So when I put the joke in, that all the comedians were telling me, don't do that joke. Right. Don't do that joke. You're not going to get the response you think. I said, oh, no. I literally want to come out and punch this thing right in the face. Yes. You know what I mean? And that was how that happened.
Could you get a sense, because like I say, you know Tom, you've been around Tom in a private setting, not, you know, the politically correct Tom. So you know him a lot better than most people. Could you sense that he got a little uncomfortable with it, or did he just like, he was Tom? He
definitely wasn't uncomfortable.
Okay.
Tom Brady, you know, everybody talks about Brady like, oh, you know, he's soft and he's but he's a fucking beast, man. That guy's a savage. And, you know, again, when you're in positions like we are in, you don't worry about yourself. You signed up for this shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
In life, you do what you do. You say things every day. You do multiple podcasts. You're on television. You say things that you know you're going to be attacked for your opinion or whatever it is. It's hard to see your family get
kids.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Exactly. It's more about the kids.
Right.
And you know, there are a lot of great things that come with being our kids. You know, there's a lot of positives, but there's a lot of negatives too. And you got to take the good with the bad. Right. Not everything's going to be perfect. My kids see it all the time. People say horrible shit and people say things. Who gives a shit?
Were you really upset that you only had 60 seconds? Did you really want 3 to 5 minutes?
No, that was how I wanted 6 seconds. Okay?
You wanted one joke and get away.
I wanted 6 seconds. I didn't want 60 seconds. And no, I was not upset. The thing is, too, is that even politically, like that joke, I'm not really that much of a political person. Right. And I definitely do not attack people for their political views. And this is America. Right. You can believe whatever you want. It was a roast and it was a joke. Right. So. Yeah,
so you was good. So
I was fucking thrilled that I had 60 seconds. Believe me.
So with you, like, you get up there, it's like, man, because if I mess up one word, the joke's not gonna come off as it's intended, and then people go like, it was a great night, except Dana bluff.
Then you got 3 more jokes. How do you recover from that?
Right.
When you're not a professional comedian.
Right.
A professional comedian can recover from anything and do what they do. When you're a regular guy and you go on one of these things and you mess up a joke, you're in a downward spiral death that's going to seem 60 seconds would have seemed like 6 hours. You know what I mean? It's brutal.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party, because you know we like to do something before 2 something.